Pan. I'm gonna ban you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy sleepy, sleepy, sleepy Tuesday. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy Tuesday. It is so good to see you. It is so good to see you. How is everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing? I just finished making my coffee. You can probably hear that I'm sleepy today. I woke up and I was like, ooh, I'm sleepy. We're living up to our sleepy Stardew name today. Good morning. Let me say my hellos. Let me take a sip of coffee first. My goodness. This is obviously my first cup of coffee of the day. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Sarah, good morning. I'm sending you the absolute best vibes for your day. Pisces, my incredible friend and mod, welcome on in. Good to see you. Elon Rose, so good to see you back. So good to see you back. Welcome on in. Loverboy Pluto, good morning. Good morning. Making my bagel and have the coffee going. Oh my goodness. That sounds good. I can't eat right now. Like, this early in the morning, I cannot eat, but a bagel sounds good. You might have tipped the scales here for what I eat for breakfast. Nilly, good morning to you. How you doing, Nilly? How you doing? B, good morning. How are you? Celeste, so good to see you, Celeste. Aren't you in Eastern time, Celeste? I feel like this is very early for you. Simply Sims, I hope you have a good start to your Tuesday. Is it the start of your Tuesday? I don't know what time it is for you, Simply Sims. But can we just say, yesterday was Simply Sims' birthday. So we technically have a birthday human in the chat. So it would be awesome if you could say some happy birthdays to Simply Sims. Simply Sims, thank you for being a part of this community. It is so good to have you. You are such a light, and I hope you had the absolute best day. Pan, good evening to you. Yes. Why does my brain have such trouble thinking about that? Good evening to you. I hope you're having I hope you had a good Tuesday. I hope you had a good Tuesday. Stardew streams are so chill. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Simply Enchanted, good morning. How are you? Small baby Bean, welcome on in. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Julia is here. Hello, my dear friend. Hello, my dear friend. Oh my goodness, so many cute humans in the chat today. Laura Phoenix, welcome on in. Good to see you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Blueberry found. I made 35 rings. My goodness. In Stardew? In Stardew? That's a lot. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. Thank you for the happy birthdays for Simply Sims. I am Eastern time. It's a little after 6. Oh my goodness. That's the time that I'm in, and it's very early. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. Good morning, Leanne. Good to see you, NJ. Hello. I hope you're feeling good, NJ. Sending you all the best vibes in the world. So how is everybody doing? Today, right now, this moment, is my 50th stream. It's my 50th stream. I noticed that yesterday. As I was like organizing I have this little like stream tracker thing that I set up in Notion, and I was like checking it out, and I was like, oh my goodness, tomorrow is our 50th stream. I kind of like that our 50th stream is this very chill, very different Tuesday early morning stream. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites in the week. It's like, it's got a totally different vibe than a lot of the other ones, especially the weekend ones, but it's quickly become one of my favorite streams of the week. Also, we've got the same time. Oh my goodness. It's 12 p.m. for you in Poland. Oh, hi. We have a little monkey here. Apparently, being in the bed was not enough. He needed to be up here. He said, Mom, it's early. What are we doing? What are we doing? He doesn't understand why we are out of bed. Hello. He doesn't even want to look at chat. He wants to look the other way. He always has his leg out. He uses it for balance because he's only got 3 legs. And so he uses the other leg to help like balance himself. So he's always just like sticking it out. He's always sticking it out. Same. Sometimes I don't understand why I'm out of bed. It's a question I ask myself every day. And honestly, there are some days where, because I work from home, I don't leave bed. If I don't have meetings where I need to like turn on my camera, which happens to be most days I have meetings. But there are some days where I don't, or like I can kind of get away with just doing them from bed if I angle the computer in the right way, and I like don't get out of bed. It's so nice. It's so nice. Oh my goodness. Hi, Moon. They're saying hi to you, buddy. He is oblivious. All he knows in life is that he's being cuddled. Look at him. Can we just get in your bed, buddy? Hi, Petita. Welcome on in. My cat sticks her leg up in the air to clean herself. She's a true lady. Oh, that's so cute. Hi, Divergent. It's good to see you back. It's good to see you back. So is everybody ready for some Stardew Valley this morning? We have whole weeks that go between when we play this game, and I feel like every week I'm like, what did we do last week? Why did weeks feel like they're simultaneously, like they go really fast but also really slow, and I can't believe it's Tuesday again and we're doing Stardew Valley, but I also feel like last Tuesday feels like ages ago. Okay, good. He quacked, but then he went into his bed, so You can see it. He's sneezing. What is he? He's so cute. Why is he so cute? So how are you all today? What's going on for you? What's going on for you? I am honestly still recovering from Sunday's stream. Sunday's stream was a like emotional, it was like an emotional stream for me. You all just showered me and the space in like a ton of love. For seemingly no reason, and it was really just it was needed. I just felt like Sunday needed to happen, and we had some really good conversations that I really enjoy having, and it just felt like a really productive day. So those of you who were there on Sunday, I mean, even if you weren't there on Sunday, I guess I just want to say thank you again for that incredible day, because it was really a good stream. It left me feeling really like in a good place with what we're doing here, which I feel all the time, most of the time, but it was sort of reinforced on Sunday. Neon, hello, welcome on in. How are you? How are you with those cute little emotes? I have just started Story of Seasons. Good old Poot. Good old Poot. I haven't had all that much time to play. I have watched some friends play. So like Kay was streaming it yesterday. And I've watched like Frank play it quite a bit. So I know a lot of like I know decently what I'm getting into, but myself, I've only played for probably about an hour and a half. I'd like to play it more, but I'm also caught up in some other games at the moment. I've been playing Valheim. Anybody playing Valheim? Divergent, the AC community is very LGBTQ plus friendly. Yes, absolutely. For the most part, I would say. Do I have Discord? Yes, I do. It's 18 or older only. But I do have a Discord. And it's a really cozy place that I'm very proud of. Small baby B, and you're playing Valheim. So I don't know. I got super hooked into it. I don't know why. It's one of those games where it just sort of pushes the buttons that I have. Iona, welcome on in. I love you so freaking much. It is like, it has like a Skyrim vibe to it, but I also just I really like mythology, especially like Nordic mythology. I took like whole classes in it as an English major as an undergrad. So it's like it's a niche Lilith game. And then you can play with friends. And it also I don't know, I've never been able to get into Minecraft because honestly, I think it's a sensory thing for me. Like I have some sensory stuff. And Minecraft bothers my eyes in a weird way that I can't really explain. And so I as much as I wanted to get into Minecraft, I never was able to. But I just feel like this is it has like a Minecraft vibe to it plus Skyrim. Those of you who have actually played Minecraft, let me know if that's like an accurate description, but I just feel like it has that kind of a vibe to it. I heard Skyrim vibes. Yeah, it's so pretty. Honestly, we might play it on some streams. I might start playing it. I don't know what day I would do that or how I would do it. I was thinking maybe Thursday evenings could be that, and I could play with some of you. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm still playing with it. I'm still learning it. I've been playing with a group of 5 friends. Oh my goodness, that sounds so much fun, Small BB. I'm still looking for people to play with. Paige, I think I said hello to you, but if I forgot or if I said it in my brain and not out loud, I'll say it again. Welcome on in, Paige. What game is this? Valheim. It's on Steam. early release. And I don't know, I like saw a trailer and I was like, instantly, this is my game. This is my game. It's not very much like Animal Crossing or Stardew. But I still think that a lot of you would like it. New emote. Yeah, we've had that for quite a while, actually. That's our hello one, which was very much in need. And we also have a cry one, which has gotten a lot of use. It's gotten a lot of use. Also, I should have said this, but Pan, thank you for feeding the mods 14 minutes ago. Pisces, what you eating? Can we all just take a moment to recognize Pisces? Because Pisces is, first of all, an incredible mod who's only been modding for me for a little over a week now. But not only that, but Pisces is Eastern time like me, and she wakes up to mod this space for us. So can we just like get a little extra love, because that can't be easy. Like, I'm very aware that I am a weird East Coaster. Like, most people on the East Coast right now, unless they have to go to work, they are asleep, and most people would not choose to stream at 6 a.m. Granted, like, this is me finding ways to fit in a hefty streaming schedule while also balancing a full-time job. So there is like a little bit of pressure, not pressure, but like internalized pressure for me to like wake up early to do this. But mostly it's just because I'm a weirdo and I like the morning, and not everyone is like that. Hi, Voicey. Welcome on in. Good to see you. You can turn off ambient sounds in Minecraft. They're called cave sounds. I haven't touched settings. Oh, that's interesting. For me, it's a visual thing. I honestly don't know how to explain it. It's also like I'm sure this has a part of it. Anytime I get into a game like late, where there's already this like very committed community surrounding the game, I get very nervous to play it. Even when it's like literally just me in my room playing it, I just get this like, I don't know, I get this like weird anxiety about playing a game that already has this like fully formed community with like opinions and etiquette. That's why it took me so long to start playing Dead by Daylight. And I'm telling you right now, if Sulky did not start playing Dead by Daylight and like I had to watch her every night play it, I don't think that I would have ever started. I think that I would have just been like, no, I can't. It's too late. Y'all wake up earlier than the UK. I know, Iona, you and I have the same sleep schedule. It's wild. It's wild. Oh my gosh, B, it's also 6 a.m. for you. Oh my goodness. Listen, sleep is important, friends. Sleep is important. Me just noticing the jumper you're wearing. Yeah, this is OG. So this is like OG Sulky Games merch, everybody. So if you're new here, you don't know. Sulky is my partner. She's also a streamer. She's now she's just rebranded. Once she got partners, she rebranded to Sulky. So there's no more games. But this is like OG merch. This happens to be one of my favorite sweatshirts. It's just like a really cozy, comfortable sweatshirt. I actually don't know if she's selling these anymore, but this is like an OG logo. I feel like, Pan, you're probably the only person here who would recognize the sweater. Can't stay long. I have work soon. Well, I hope you have the best day at work, Boise. I hope you have the best day at work. I'm a morning person when it's not winter. I feel that. Like, it's actually like dark out still right now. It's still dark. I wish it was sunny. I was thinking that I want to fiddle with the lighting in here, right? Like the way that we have the lighting is sort of like, I need to use the blackout curtains or the lighting and the camera don't work great. But I'd like to try to fiddle with it for maybe some streams, so that we could have some natural light in here. I would like to have some natural light in here. Especially once I get my little like vines hanging down. I just feel like I would really like some natural light. Silver Blank, welcome on in. How are you? You're gonna lurk while you get working. That sounds great. That's actually one of the reasons I started doing this stream, is because I love waking up. Usually it's my UK folks. Like, it's my UK folks that I follow. that are live at this time. And I wake up and I watch them while I like get my coffee and stretch and do my little morning routine. And I was hoping that I could do that for some of you. I oversleep because I can't be bothered to exist. Lover boy, that is such a mood. That is such a mood. But I'm glad that you exist. I'm glad that you exist. It's 3 a.m. here. Oh my God, Richard. That's one thing that I've noticed about you, Richard. It took me a very long time to figure out what your time zone is. And I feel like I still don't know because I just feel like you are always awake. Like no matter what time it is, you are awake. And not only are you awake, but you're like willing to play a game. Like anytime, like no matter what time we stream, I feel like you're there. No matter what time we're playing Among Us, I feel like you're there. Are you a vampire? Are you a vampire? Say it. I'm good. I'm up at 6 Monday through Thursday for work. I often get up 6 to 7 Eastern time, regardless of work or not. Anyone else struggling hard with like, how do you describe your time zone now if you're in the Eastern time? Because technically, I like had to Google this, but technically Eastern time is now in like EDT because it's daylight savings. So like, I don't know, like when I'm like telling people what time my stream is, I like want to do EDT, but then I'm also like, are they going to even know what that means? Like, does anyone outside of like the East Coast know what EDT is? Like, is that a thing that people know? I don't know. So I've just literally have started writing out Eastern time. Go work. Enjoy your work, Elon. Enjoy your work. Do people know what ET is? Because maybe I'll just start doing ET. Maybe I'll start doing ET. I want to, while we like chat, I'm just going to go to the game because why not? Why not? I'm really hoping we can freaking get an animal today, like at least a duck. I would really like to get a duck. I have such a cute mod for the animals and I can't wait to see them. So our goal, as always, our goal is to make enough money to get a freaking coop and a backpack. But maybe we'll get the coop first, honestly. We might. Most people have, when I say it, okay, maybe I'll start doing that. You're in the West Coast. Richard, I would never have guessed that. I would never have guessed that. I would have thought that you were like in the UK or something. I think that Richard might be a vampire, everyone. Richard, do you glitter? Do you glitter in the sun? Oh, goodness. BST is British summertime. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you did that too. A new viewer? What do you mean? We've been here. The spirits are happy. Let's do some mining. Maybe we can get the ring light today. All right, we already asked that. I'd like to see if we can get the ring light today. I'm sorry that your anxiety is not good, NJ. I'm sending you lots of love. Hopefully the chill vibes of the stream and our conversations will help a little bit. I hope. Also, like, look how cute. These were really worth buying at the egg festival. Hi, J Jazz. I missed you come in. They were truly worth buying and spending our hard-earned cash on. I hope you're feeling settled in your new home. I'm already out of coffee. This is not great. This is not great. Lilith will be like, all right, we've been live for 10 minutes. Let me go get a coffee. Be right back. Anyone else talk about themselves in third person? Because I definitely do. Fertilizer. We're not ready for fertilizer. We don't have the money for that shiz. Oh, we could actually go. I mean, listen, let's water the plants. Because you know that when we get back from the mines, we are like going to be so tired. Oh, look at the butterfly. I love it. I love it. So how many of you are playing Stardew? Did I convert any of you to Stardew? Let me know the power I hold. Have I convinced any of you holdouts to play Stardew? This is the things I want to know. I will say Stardew is a really nice early morning game. I keep thinking that the scarecrow's head is some weird, like, bulbous thingy. There's Moon. Oh, Moon is so cute. Look at him. Oh, he really looks like himself. Hi, buddy. I wish I could, like, hug him. Like in Spiritfarer. Do any of you play Spiritfarer? You can hug the cat in that game, and it's very, very wholesome. Moonlights. Moonlights, you have my cat's name. Or my cat has your name, more likely. Well, come on in. Thank you for the follow. It's good to see you. Let's just like... I love how I don't have enough for that. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take this instead, though. Should we go this way? I feel like I don't know where things are still on this farm. Here we go. My goodness, chat. I'm behind. This stream is helping. I'm so glad, NJ. I'm so glad. I work with glitter, so I probably glitter in the sun. Richard, that is a likely excuse. Everyone, I'm pretty sure that we have a vampire in the chat. Richard is a vampire confirmed. Good morning, Sasha. It's so good to see you. How's everything? How's everything? Let's say hello. Of course I haven't come to ridicule you. What is that? I love you. Do we need to hang out more, I guess? I think I need to give him some stuff. Let's give him these berries. Let's go give him a salmon berry so that he loves us a little bit more than he currently does. Yeah, I know it's a great gift. Look at your sweet little smile. Let's actually take these berries with us because we're heading into the mines over here. No, I don't want that. I want that. Let's get our picks out. Picks? Can I call it a picks? Why didn't you bring the whole thing in the room again? I don't know what you're asking. My brain is like, what? Oh, the coffee. That would have been smart. I should have done that. I want to play Stardew, but I'd forget about it. Like Animal Crossing. Oh my goodness. I don't think you would forget about it. You'll get hooked on it. I can't decide if I should start a beach farm or buy Dark Souls. I've noticed that people are playing Dark Souls again.
Thank you for being a wonderful human and brightening my day, Lilas Blush.
Harsha, thank you so much for the 200 bits. I love and appreciate you so freaking much. How are you doing today? It's so good to see you. Oh my goodness, we're already being attacked. This is not good. Trying to catch up on chat. Don't you know this big ugly fly? Thank you. Ew, guts. Moonlight, you play on Switch. I love playing on Switch. Ooh, well that was lucky. I get asked all the time actually, like which one I like better. And I have to say, like, I really love playing it modded, and I think that playing it modded brings some cool elements to the game. So I would say, like, if you have the chance to do it that way. But there is nothing like playing Stardew Valley in bed, like cozy in bed. So I would say you could do that as well. And I play both. Not doing great today. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Harsha. I'm so sorry. I'm sending you all the love and the good vibes. I appreciate you very much, and just know that whatever you're dealing with, you've got this. I promise. I'd love to try Stardew, but I find I neglect certain games because I'm playing too many. Oh my gosh, I'm playing way too many games right now. So obviously I play Animal Crossing quite a bit. I'm playing Stardew on 2 different platforms. So I'm playing it here on PC with you all. And then I also play on my Switch. I have another beach farm. And then I am playing Ni no Kuni, which I love very much and highly recommend if you haven't already played it. And I'm playing Valheim. And I'm playing Story of Seasons. Oh my gosh. Like, look, it's ridiculous. I play way too many games. Oh, Get out of here, ugly thing. How many games are you all? How? I don't know how. How is my the better question is, how is my inventory already full? That is the better question. Yes, I want to eat this and eat this. What do you mean I can't eat this? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Let's head downstairs. Since I got Stardew Valley, I couldn't focus on Breath of the Wilds. I had started actually a Breath of the Wild playthrough, but that has totally gone. That has totally fell. I have not checked in with Breath of the Wild in quite a bit. Quite a bit. God, the poison, it kills me. Kills me. The bugs. The bugs, the poison. I'm very excited to get this farm to a place where we can be like building the actual farm up. I'm excited for that. I want to see how cute we can make it with the mods. What? We're failing miserably over here. And I also, last stream, was like last Tuesday, we had the idea of making the farm like an animal sanctuary. Cause we're on the beach farm. So like farming, Jesus, this is a lot. This is a lot for 6 a.m. Okay. This is a lot. So because we're on the beach farm, you can't have like sprinklers in the same way that you can have them on the other farms. So we were like, you know, we're obviously going to be, what are those? What are those? Let's just get rid of the sap. We don't really need the sap. No, I don't. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, whoopsie. Just out here eating stuff. Imagine just eating plain sap. Can you imagine? All right, I want those. Ugh, this is such a struggle. This is such a struggle. The struggle is real, my friends. The struggle is real. See, I want that, but I also like don't want to deal with it. Why I'm breaking all the crates is because I desperately want the ring light, which is like a ring that you wear that lights up the areas around you. And I'm pretty sure you get it from a crate. Am I correct in that? Enjoy your lurk, Leanne. Enjoy your lurk. Lilith's eating everything. I mean, listen, we know that that's what I do. We know that that's what I do. IRL, in game, doesn't matter. Not me not having like enough space in my inventory for rocks. Like this is just so out of control. So out of control. Okay. This game is so much more enjoyable, I have to say, once you have backpack space and some animals going on your farm and you have like enough money for stuff. Like it's wild to me how much more enjoyable it is when you've got like things going. And we talk about this, like it makes sense. Like if you just like start and move to this like town and starts, you know, going into mines after living in the city and working a desk job, obviously you're going to struggle. So it makes sense, but it's quite a struggle at the beginning of the game. All right. Oh my goodness, look at all these things that we want that we don't have space for. Okay. So what I'm doing, if you've never played, when you're in the mines, every 5 levels... Oh, I want that. We'll get rid of the wood. Every 5 levels, there is a... you get an elevator floor so that you can return back to that level really easily. So when you go into the mines, you want to try to get at least 5 levels down, which honestly is becoming an issue because of these freaking flies. And we're dying. We're definitely gonna die. Oh my god. It's too early for this. It's too early for this. I can't. Lilith? Lilith, wake up. Oh my god. Greetings, Jelly. You're here just in time to watch me suffer. Just in time to watch me suffer. Oh my god, look at my face. Be a little more careful. Linus. Linus. 400? And my earth crystals? This is so tragic. This is so tragic. I'm like literally tempted to do the day over again. It's fine. It's fine. We didn't even make it down to the level. I can't. What a failure. What a failure. I'm on my way home in shame. I'm on my way home in shame over here. Hi, Daisy. Good to see you. Good to see you. You did just get in here just in time to watch me die. Just in time. I'd say we need more coffee. Can we blame it on that? Can we blame it on needing coffee? Because I think I need more coffee. Shane told me he'd like to send our children to a Joja corporate school. Oh my God. Shane, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look at our energy and our health right now. If this is not the mood of the week, like, we are just gonna crawl to bed in shame over here. I can't. Is there anything? Not really. What a waste of a day. My goodness. And we don't even have enough for this. Hang on. We need to make another crate. Let's do that. Let's sell that. Let's get some wood. And let's make a freaking crate that I don't have space for. The universe hates me. I can't right now. Like, what am I? We're just gonna have to sell that. Just gonna have to get rid of that. Okay. Thank you, Stardew Valley. Remember, listen, everybody. I do promise that this is a relaxing game, okay? It's just happening to be right now that that's not the case. Why can't I put this here? All right, whatever. Let's just put it here. Can always move it. We can always move it. Hi, Frida. Good to see you. Good to see you. I swear there's a mod that you can pause time. Yeah, so I'm trying not to have any mods that radically change the gameplay. Look at little baby moon. Look at little baby moon. Tomorrow's a new day, my friends. Tomorrow is a new day. We'll do better. We'll do better. Laura. Oh my God, Laura. I think you need more coffee. You know what? It's all right. It's all right. We'll get there. There's no rush to conquering the mines. Laura. Laura coming in with the hug. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you. We're struggling over here, apparently. Apparently that's this kind of morning we're having. Good morning, Becca with a book. So good to see you. So good to see you. I went to IKEA to find the bear and it wasn't there. Oh my God. Frida. That is so tragic on many levels, but thank you for looking. Thank you for looking. Did you see we got our PO box? Those of you who haven't seen, we got our PO box and we got the most epic number. We got the most epic number. 666, my friends. What is that? Do I want this protection from the elements? I think I probably do. Like on, do I want to wear that? I think I want to wear that. Yes, I definitely want to wear that. Okay. Why didn't I put... Okay, I think you're right. I think I do need coffee because I'm over here like, oh, I have no space in my inventory. I had no boots on. I could have freaking put the boots on. think we need a moment. Stretch, calm down, calm down. I thought for sure your number would be 1337. What does that mean? Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. How are you doing? How are you doing? I give a hug for moral support. I know. We are coming at this from a new angle because the first day of the stream was not great. So the next day is going to be better. Moon is nice and chill. We will take his vibes. Let's go get our watering can. And it looks like we have some veggies to pick, so we'll have some money. And all will be well. All will be well. Close to having these, which is great. Got some cabbages. Oh, they're cauliflower. It's okay. They look like cabbages. Anytime I hear the word cabbage, I think of Avatar: The Last Airbender and the guy that's like, my cabbages. It's all I think about. It's all I think about. Okay. I think we watered everything. Ooh, we got one that's gold. Keep that. Let's sell the rest because my goodness. My goodness. I never checked the TV. Let's check it real quick. I'm good dealing with what I'm going to do with my day. That is such a that is such a way to put it. Dealing with that. Dealing with the plan of what am I going to do with my day. Shared knowledge. Okay, good. Well, the spirits are displeased, so keep one for Jody. It's all right. It's all right. We don't have enough money right now to be giving too many presents. I want to see if we have. Yeah, we do have some geodes. This would say give it to Gunther if it wasn't an extra, right? So those are good. I think I want to fish today so we can just get that amount of money that we need. Let's head into town. Oh, process the geodes. And fish. Okay. I changed the colors of the bot messages. You see that? I thought that it would make them a little bit more obvious. Make them stand out for you all a little bit more. Hopefully, it's doing that for you. Well, you know what? We should have a forage day maybe, because we have not been going around and getting these berries. I thought it changed. You thought what changed? The bot? Secret tunnel. Oh, I love all my Avatar fans. I need to rewatch it, honestly. It's been too long since I've done a good rewatch of Avatar. Is that no? So pretty with the cherry blossoms. See, the game rewards us. Right after we have a stressful day, we now have a nice, calm day, just picking berries, maybe rummaging through the trash a bit. Oh, hello. Look at you in your little hat. Look at you in your little hat, sweetheart. Come here. Hey, wait. I didn't get much sleep. This is a mood. This is a mood. What do you want? I don't think you would like anything in my pockets, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. You'll just get mad. But maybe we'll get something cool from these two geodes. which I'm realizing now we don't have enough space for. It's okay. We'll just do one at a time. The struggle is real. I was going to save the money to get a coop. What do you think? Should we do... Let me know what you think on this. Okay, friends? Should we, once we get enough money for the backpack, should we get the backpack or should I save the money and get a coop and then get the backpack? Should we like struggle with the inventory situation a little longer? Or should we just get the backpack to make our lives a little bit easier? What do you think? We just got the lamest stuff. Backpack. Gem the Frog, good morning to you, my friend. Good morning to you, my friend. Becca, you've never watched Avatar? I think that you would like it. I think that you would like it. It's such a good show. Everybody's hanging out here today. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Miss Penny says I have to read this book before I can play. Well, listen to Miss Penny. Penny is so wholesome. I can't even deal. This one's so shy. All right. Do you have a reward for us? No. Okay. Hands down backpack first. Okay. All right. Probably we'll have enough tomorrow, especially if we just spend the rest of our time fishing right now. But I feel like we should fish at the house because we already have a ton in our pockets. So we'll use the rest of our energy for the day after we pick some berries to do some fishing and just like hopefully have enough for the backpack tomorrow. And that way we can just start living our lives. Get over here. Avatar is definitely a good show. Sadly, my internet keeps coming out. Oh, no worries, Elon. I'll see you soon. Oh my goodness. Look, it's one of the deer. You can see the mod. I have these white cream deers. God, my brain. Isn't it cute? And then we got these little chubby cows. What am I doing? I'm looking for some berries. So easily distracted by animals. So what's everybody's plan for the day? I am, after I hang with you for a little while, I have a fairly busy day, but it's not anything wild. It's like a day where I have lots going on, but nothing is overly stressful, which is kind of nice. And I also have a bunch of like other things that I want to do. Trying to get the blog out, and I'm trying to get a Streamer's Den video out. So I've got like some other stuff on the side to do. So I'm hoping that today can be a productivity day. Normally after I hang with you all in the mornings, I do feel very productive. And like, I guess it's because I'm like, you know, it's 9 a.m. and I've already accomplished something. So it feels like I'm setting myself up for a productivity day, which is kind of one of the things that I really like about starting the streams early with you rather than like doing them in the evenings. Honestly, I feel like we should just take this shit to the community center. Let's just do that. I have work and then I'll be spending my evening planning some upcoming things. Oh, that sounds so nice. What book are you reading? Becca, what are you reading now? How do you manage your time? The fact that you are asking me that makes me think that you think that I'm doing a good job, which is really sweet. But I feel like I'm behind in everything. Will you like this? I don't know. This is absolute junk. I'm offended. Can you imagine somebody giving you, with love, A juicy berry. And you saying that. Rude. Just rude. Caroline. What is that rudeness? It's been a good foraging day. All right, let's go do that. Still Sasha Masha. I have to finish it too. I got into this other book that I'm reading about setting boundaries because I was like, hey, I freaking suck at this. Why don't I try to be a little bit better and maybe read about it? So I started that yesterday. Started it in earnest yesterday. I had checked it out a little bit, but actually got some reading done on it yesterday. They all hate the salmon berries. Oh my gosh, really? Do I always tend to wake up this early? So not as early as this stream. Usually I wake up between 6:30 and 7 a.m. And then that's what I like to do. I've talked about this a lot, but I love my morning routines. I'm constantly working and tweaking my morning routine, trying to make it even more helpful for me. But I also just I've always loved the mornings. And as a kid, it was my time alone with my grandma. The house was really quiet. My grandfather, who was an ass, in every sense of the word, was a late sleeper. So the mornings were my time where I was free of that presence and chaos. So I just got really used to the morning being my time where I could be myself and express myself and work on things and just have mental space for myself. And that's just carried into adulthood. Let's get rid of all of it. And now I find it's a time where I have less anxiety in the morning. I have more clarity in the morning. So it's a good time for me to get things done. I also do my best writing in the morning. My brain is trash in the evenings. It's trash. Good night, Pan. Lots of love. I can't form coherent sentences in the evening. The evening streams, I just feel my brain is always mush on the evening streams. Right now my brain is mush because I'm a little sleepy because I didn't sleep great, and I also didn't have enough coffee yet. But you'll see, in probably 30 minutes, my brain will be okay, we're up. But my evening streams, I just feel my brain never wakes up. My brain is always just mush. Good morning, Lonely Siren. Good to see you. I'm sorry if I'm missing any of you in the chat. I really am. A fishing day is hard. A fishing day. But yeah, I've always liked the morning, and I feel it's a great time for me to reflect and get stuff done. Which is one of the reasons why when I was thinking about when I was first thinking okay, I want to stream more time. But I have, a 9-to-5 job. My first thought, and I feel it's just because it's what most people do, is okay, I'll have to start streaming after work around 5, another day during the week. And I was you know what? I don't really like that. I like that stream. I like that one stream in the week. It has a different feel to it. It just I don't know, it's nice and it's special. But the idea of doing a second one felt to me I would get burnt out. And that's because I happen to be more of a morning person. So when I had the idea, I was well, first of all, probably half my audience will not be able to come to these streams, because it's early. It's so early. But I was you know what? That's fine. Whoever can make it can make it. And, maybe we'll meet some new friends. But more importantly, I just feel like I won't get burnt out on this because this is fun for me. And it's like, it just feels like I'm getting to share my morning with you. And I really like that. I really like that. I no longer have space in my inventory, so we're probably not going to be able to get this fish. So I think, oh, just like over here fishing here. I think what needs to happen right now, for the sake of this stream, for the sake of this stream and my Stardew game, I need to go and pour myself another cup of coffee, and also pee. So if you would be willing to give me about 1 minute, Shawberry, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Micah, oh my goodness, Micah, welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Micah? Micah, I'm supposed to have added you to the auto shout out list already, and I didn't because my brain. Can we get a warm welcome for Micah? If you haven't already checked out Micah, you would really, really love her streams. I think that she's just a really awesome person that I'm excited to be becoming friends with. And I think you would really, really like her vibes. So go check her out. Hi, Becca. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm good. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. I'm about to like go get a second cup of coffee. So I'll just be like, honestly, probably 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to put you on like a very quick be right back. And then we will bring the rest in with you. I might. I want it on the warmer though. It got so cold last time and I hate cold coffee. But yeah, I need some coffee. So give me 1 minute and I'll be right back and chill to some music. Take your meds if you haven't taken them. Stretch, get a snack, get some coffee yourself. And we will be back. And hopefully with this second cup of coffee, we start thriving a little bit more in this game because that really needs to happen. Oh my goodness. So I passed the front window, and do you know who was waiting for me at the window? Like my front door is a window door instead of like a screen. It's like it's a big glass window. 2 squirrels, 2, are sitting at my front door window, being like, Lilith, why are you not on the porch giving me peanuts? The demands are real in this household. That I'm like literally the other day I was in the kitchen. So like there's like the front door and then the kitchen is like right next to it. And there's a window at the kitchen. And I was like in the fridge, like figuring out what I wanted. And I look at the window and there's a squirrel literally with its little face at the window being like, hello, I would like a peanut. I'm waiting for them to start knocking. Oh my God, Maddie, hello. Welcome on in. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Also, Kai, welcome on in. Good to see you. How's the evening going? You've never seen a squirrel? Do you not have squirrels in Australia? That can't be. Come on. You must have squirrels. Little squirrel beans. I know, they're so cute. I'm good. I woke up tired today. Like not like physically, more like mentally. Like I just feel like a bit of mushy. That's so strange to me. I can't imagine life without a squirrel. I'm gonna mail you a squirrel. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that would really mess with the ecosystem, but like, my goodness. Yeah, you have like lots of cute animals that we don't have, so I feel like, oops, wrong thing. I feel like it's even. Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm always doing that. What was that I was saying about how we've done 50 streams? Can you tell? That I've done? Are we a pro streamer now? Yes, I'd like to sleep. Can you tell that I've now done this 50 times? Not Stardew though. We've only done Stardew probably like 4 times. Because we've been doing this, like, I think we've done this stream 3 times. And I had done Stardew like 1 time before. So this is like our 4th Stardew stream. Which is probably why I'm still so rubbish at like playing it on stream. We'll get better. Don't spritz me for that. First of all, Sulky is asleep. And second of all, if I promise not to do any more negative self-talk, nobody spritz me for that, okay? Lilith, I want to remind you that you're lovely. Kai, you're lovely. You're lovely. You're all lovely. I love you all so much. I've been so ooey gooey mushy. Oh, the spirits are happy. Should we try again? I feel like we should try again, but let's go freaking buy that backpack first. Look at all that money in our pockets. We're thriving. See, this is a turning point in the game. Oh, we've got this too. Yes. And we can like, I don't want to sell them to Pierre, actually, not like imminently. Ugh, I know I should water this now. I'm just so lazy. I'm so freaking lazy. Let's do it. What was I saying? I feel like words were coming out of my mouth. Definitely were. 4 Stardew streams? I know. Can't you tell that we're just like pro Stardew players over here? Stardew is so different to play on stream than Animal Crossing because it takes a lot more of my brain. And it's also a game that like, so for example, I feel like I could easily play like something like Skyrim or Breath of the Wild on stream without much of an issue and like keep up with chat because they've literally got those games memorized. But Stardew's not like that for me. Like I love Stardew and I play it, but it's not something that I'm like an expert in. And I also feel like the time of Stardew makes it so that you feel like you've got to like, you can't like look at the chat as quite as much as you would. So I feel like in that way, Stardew is a challenge, which is like those of you who have been watching my Tuesday morning Stardew streams the whole time, you will know that that's why we're doing it. I really like to challenge myself to learn new things, especially with streaming, and like push myself outside of my comfort zone. So I thought that that would be a great way to do that. Look at our cute little green boots. I'm going to imagine that these are like the little frog wellies. All right, let's go get these backpack. Oh my God, it's too early. Ugh, story of my life. Oh my God, what is that shirt, Shane? What is that shirt? It is cozy and it is cute, and I honestly think it does get better. It gets better. So like once the game is no longer in like the early days where I feel like I'm not making money and like, you know, we're learning everything and where our skills are bad. Like it's a struggle. These first few streams are going to be a struggle, for the game. But then once we have more like revenue and stuff and we can putz with how we want the farm to look, I feel like that's when we're going to thrive. We just need to get to that part. We just need to get to that part. Come on, wake up here. Stardew time makes me stressed. Oh, see, I just stopped caring. That's the key, okay? Like, who cares? Who cares if it takes you a really long time to get it done? Oh my God, we have a cutscene. Like, if I screw a whole day by like looking at Moon the cat, who cares? It's fine. I should have like a thing in my title, like you're not gonna get any pro gameplay here. Look how evil. Look how evil. Morris. What is the bow tie? I have played some Story of Seasons. I didn't like Friends of Mineral Town, if we're being honest. I did not like it. It was too pared down for me. There was something about it. I don't know. I've just started Poot and I like it. I am a little bit, I do feel like I'm not going to be able to make a farm that is like aesthetically pleasing just because of the game mechanics. Like there's so many of those like freaking machines that you've got to have around. And I just like, I feel like my whole farm is going to be these machines. But I'm like, in terms of gameplay, I'm really enjoying it so far. I spent like 10 or 15 minutes just like photographing foxes and squirrels. So like, that was great. I love my little motorcycle. Same, I traded it for the new one. Yeah, the new one is it's a way more complete game. It seems like a way more complete game. I'm definitely going to romance Bridget. She's so cute. She's so cute. I thought that the like Story of Seasons Poot, it's like they tried so hard. The character customization, they did great, right? So like in the beginning of the game, you can customize your character not relating to gender. So like we should just say hello to you. That's what he has to say. Sigh. So you can have like, you know, you can choose like your bearing, like there's like a cute bearing and a powerful bearing, and you can have like hair that's, you know, whatever length and style not relating to gender. But then at the end of all of that, you finally get to your farm, and literally like one of the first things that you are asked by the old man is like, are you a girl or a boy? And I was just like, why does that matter? Like you did so well. You did so well with the character customization, and then at the end you forced me back into the binary. Selkie, what are you doing awake? What are you doing awake? Why? I'm trying to go to Robin over here. It's so good to see you, my friend. It's so good to see you. Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. In fact, I don't feel like talking to you right now. No, I don't want to eat the daffodil. I just want some berries for the imminent brutalness that we're gonna have. Yeah, they really missed the mark. They had it. Like they were there. Stop. But then they had to ask the question. They had to ask, are you a girl or a boy? And like, even that, I'm like, I am like a grown ass woman about to be managing a farm. Don't be calling me a girl. Like, what is that? Are you a girl or boy? I mean, as it was, like, the customizations themselves. Like they named them things like powerful, which is the masculine one, and cute, which is the feminine one, which is like so annoying. But I was just like, I was willing to look past that because we were not subscribing to the binary. But then we had to throw it in there. Get out of here, you stupid worm. I'm a burden. Selkie. Did we get a shout out for Selkie? I don't know if I saw that. Can we get a shout out for Selkie? Get out of here. I don't want to fight. I want to be a pacifist this morning. Okay. I want to break my rocks. I want to find my little like escape hatch. There it is. In games like that, I always pick boy because I'd rather be gendered as a boy over being a girl. Yeah, I mean, at least you get to, I was very happy because I identify as a woman. I'm very comfortable. That way I like, I have she, her pronouns. Like I definitely identify that way. But I've always been a little bit like blech about, especially in games like Story of Seasons, when I do identify as a woman, I usually have long hair and a skirt, and these things are just not me. Like you see me, I'm cozy. Like I like baggy sweatshirts and like baggy jeans, and so I was very happy myself that I could identify as a woman and still have like the baggy sweatshirt look. So that was like a win. Oh God, here it comes. The freaking fly. We're getting you this time. Come on. I've had 2 cups of coffee now, so this is happening. This is happening, my friends. Okay. Did it. But yeah, I was really happy that I could at least look more like I like to look. And I didn't have to have like the cute, the cutesy walk and stuff like that. Because there's so many games that force you into that, and it's annoying. It's annoying. Like I can't remember the last time I wore a skirt, to be honest. Like it's just not me. And if I'm about to like own a farm, I sure as heck am not over here. You know what I've realized? I think that I do better in games when I'm just ranting about something. I feel like I always do better when we're playing a game that is like taking some sort of skill. I always do better when I'm ranting about something. Like if I'm about to be owning a farm, I'm sorry, but I probably would not be doing that in a skirt. You mean you don't want to play a work on farm in a high heels and a mini skirt? Exactly. And listen, no, that is not like, this is not hating on people, especially, this is not hating on women who like to wear high heels and a skirt. You do you. Like I don't think that there's anything wrong with that look. I think femininity is beautiful. I'm definitely not shitting on it. Myself, I don't feel comfortable in it. And I've hated that I've always been sort of forced into that with games, that and like the boobs, like they always give me like the most outrageous boobs. And I just like, it's not me. I don't feel comfortable that way. I get a little dysmorphic, in fact. I want that. Get out of here. I just wanted the amethyst. Leave me alone. So rude. You mean, are you a girl or a boy? What's it to ya? I'm a gamer. Exactly. I think you should do what you're comfy doing and not what someone else wants. Exactly. That's 100% it. That's 100% it. And that honestly is like half the issue, is that there's too many opinions on how, honestly, women in particular, but all genders should be or dress or act. And it's so It's such a thing in video games. Oh my God, my energy. Didn't even realize. It's me, Leanne. Thank you so much for that follow, my friend. How are you doing? How you doing on this cozy Tuesday? I've never met a real life farmer in a pixie skirt and a crop top. Listen, I'm sure it's possible. If that, like, I think, you know, the key to farming, I think, as somebody who's never farmed a real life day in her damn life, I think the key to farming is being comfortable in what you're wearing. And so if you're comfortable in a tube top and high heels, great. Pick that kale, girl. I'm happy for you. But like me, I've waited my whole life for a reason to be wearing overalls. I will wear overalls no matter the season, no matter the weather, no matter the activity I am engaging in. So you better believe that if I dropped everything in my life and started owning a farm, I would be having that baggy sweatshirt and overalls look every single day of my damn life. So I'm happy to see Marvelous moving in the right direction. Yeah, they're getting there. They missed the mark still with like the options for skin. They got better, sure, you know, but there's work to be done. There's work to be done. I think, you know, too often, and I've noticed this with video games in particular, like we're all just so accustomed to video games and Nintendo not being inclusive that we like are so excited about any inclusivity, and like almost like there's like this dialogue where it's like, oh, they're trying, you know, so like maybe don't shit on them because it's not exactly what you wanted because they're trying. But I actually think that like, you know, calling for inclusivity and like specific things is why we have any of it at all. And we can't stop because we got a little morsel. You know, I think, you know, calling for specifically what you would like to see in games is really, really important. And I actually think that it's part of our responsibility as gamers, you know, to sort of like, we are the consumers here, like they're going to listen. We need to call for what we want. And that's not just streamers, but like anyone playing. I'm so behind on chat. It's because I'm fishing. Hang on. I'll catch up. White algae. Getting some good stuff here. Pick that kale, girl. Oh, we're out of energy. We will go home. We made it all the way to level 20. I'm proud of us. Kai, what did I miss on you? Do not preserve me. You sheared a sheep in a skirt? Oh my goodness. That sounds like a lot. All right. We are tired. We did a good job though. I'm very happy that we have a backpack and we made it to level 20 in the mines. I feel very accomplished. Don't give me binary gender. Give me a sword. I'm happy to catch some of your streams. I've been missing them. Dude, my time zone. Oh, Kalia, it's you're very missed, but I hope you have a good sleep. And I'm glad that you were able to hang out a little bit today. There's a lot of berries here. Just casually pick them on our way back. Never knew I could go in there. That little pocket. Did you know that I have a sword in my house? I have a working replica of Needle, Arya Stark's sword. I'm so excited to give this amethyst to Abigail. I think we'll keep the rest of this. It's a replica from the books, not the movies, because the books are superior. Not movies, you know what I mean. Show. I need to unstink and take a shower. Oh my gosh, Micah, enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. It was so good of you to pop in. Thank you for hanging out in our little Stardew stream. You can't have swords? Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so interesting. But honestly, it's probably for the best, right? It's probably for the best. Divergent. I will say exactly that. I will say that, like, having the sword, even though it's not sharpened or anything, it's probably not the greatest sword, but having it just around, it is sort of like, okay, I have a sword in the house, you know, like if Freddy comes from my basement, I've got a sword in the house. Partially cloudy with a light breeze. Hi, Moony. Ooh, I love ya. I've been forgetting to talk to Moon. I'm a bad cat mom. Oh, it's raining. Aw, thank you for the gold, Dad. Thank you for the 500 G's. Listen, if I can move to the country and I don't wanna, I think we always want what we don't have. It's my experience. I've never lived in like the deep woods or country, and it's very appealing to me. If you need to defend yourself in your own home, go for a fire extinguisher. Oh, that's so cool, Selkie. That's a really good. Plus, it's probably really effective and probably easier to wield. Like, if we're being honest, I definitely don't have a concept of how to, like, actually hurt somebody with a sword. Oh my God, Cam's Club. I mean, Cam's Cub. Cam's Cub Club. Thank you so much for that sub. Thank you so much for that sub. You could use that Prime sub literally anywhere, and you used it here in our cozy little space, and I'm so appreciative of it. I'm so appreciative of it. Welcome on in. So good to have you here. Can we get all the hype in the chat for our friend Cam's and their brand new sub? Just wanted to stop by and drop this sub. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk, my friends. Enjoy your lurk. I appreciate you very much. I actually changed some alert sounds. Not that one. I did shorten it. I don't know if you noticed. It was a little long. So I made it a little bit shorter. What should we do today? I feel like we should fish. And then I changed... I'm still in the process of tweaking some of them, but I made a new song for gift subs so that we would hear the difference. That is not a challenge. It's not a challenge. I'm in the process of getting one for 5, so I don't have one for 5, but I did put in a special one for 10 for the off chance that, like, when somebody is rowdy, which has happened, there's been epic rowdiness. Again, not a challenge. I wanted it to feel more special, so I added something for that. But I'm still trying to figure out what I want it to be for 5, so I haven't gotten to that yet. I need to think. Oh my God, Paige. I just wanted to say thank you because you've inspired me to try to take better care of myself, such as drinking more water, going to bed, and not at 3 a.m. every night. Oh my God, Paige, I'm so, like, honestly, that's amazing to hear. I am not perfect at taking care of myself in the slightest. I mess up all the time. All the time. And I think, you know, it's one of those things that, like, not being harsh with yourself goes a long way. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh my God, Jody. Oh, that's why you said that. You said, give Jody the cauliflower. And I was like, I don't feel like it. It's all right. I need to get better at this game. Can we get better at this game? Oh, I also need to go into the Adventurers Guild. We should do that. Hang on. My attention span is coming out in big ways in this game. I think it's the mix of the game with streaming. Because when I'm actually just sitting playing this, I don't feel so scattered. But for some reason, when I stream this game, I feel scattered. So it's like, it's a nice challenge. This is a good challenge, finding my way to playing this game the way that I play it when I'm laying in bed. But you know what? If we're being real, I actually had that same adjustment with Animal Crossing. It took me a little while when I started streaming it to feel comfortable not like going all the time with the game, and like taking the time to like have those little moments where I like noticed little things and just enjoyed looking or talking to a villager. Oh my God, we're not going to get this fish. Because when I first started streaming, I felt like a pressure to always be talking, always be doing something. So I think it's like one of those things where you got to just adjust. You got to just adjust. Thank you for the good vibes for a dreamy Olivia. Or is that for the fish? Is that for the fish? I can't wait to get the better fishing pole. I struggle a lot with this early fishing pole with no fishing skill, where like the green bar is so tiny. So tiny. Yeah, Paige, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Just remember to take it one healthy thing at a time. One healthy thing at a time. Don't beat yourself up. For example, I have a feeling that I probably won't do yoga today. See, that's the problem with that is one problem with having a lot of my like healthy routines take place in the morning. If for some reason I don't have time in the morning, it's rare that it'll get done in the afternoon or the evening. I just like, my brain is like, what do you mean do yoga after 12 p.m.? Like, why would I do that? Why would I do such a thing? But maybe I'll surprise myself. Maybe I'll get myself to do like an evening yoga. Come on, fish, where are you? This game does not want to give me a fish. Hello? Fish? Do you exist? All right. Let's go into town. Maybe we can get a fish from the bridge. Let's head into town. Our farm is still such a mess. If this stream is going to teach you anything about this game, if you're new to it, it should be that like it's totally okay for your first year to be just a hot mess. A hot mess. How are you liking the beach farm? I love it. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me. And I'm very much looking forward to having like the animals all around. I actually find taking care of the animals to be like the more fun mechanic in this game. Like the farming is great and I like it, but I actually really enjoy taking care of the animals. Giving a head pat to Kai. Oh my God. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Y'all are so cute. What are we doing today? We've missed birthdays. Oh my God. What a terrible, what a terrible friend. Tomorrow is Shane's birthday. Who did we miss? At least it's nobody that we want to like romance or anything. Tomorrow is Shane's birthday. Somebody remind me of that. Copper ores. Excuse me. That's so many. Oh, but I can keep them. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. Let's try fishing down here. Bye, Bee. Go get some sleep. That's so important. So important. Ugh. Muscles. The muscles. I'm still not over how pretty the mods are. Oh, it makes it sounds like I am talking about like my Twitch mods. I'm still not over how pretty my Twitch mods are. They are beautiful humans. They are beautiful humans. Hi Liz, good to see you. How are you? Does anybody in the chat just like happen to remember how expensive the coop is? Is it 5 or 2K? I feel like it's 5K. I don't remember though. I don't remember. But yeah, I definitely think that I would like to play some Valheim on stream. I know that probably won't appeal to everybody in the community, but oh, I missed it. But I'm okay with that. I just think it would be really fun. It would be really fun. I'm really enjoying it. Selkie, by the way, I feel like you would love that game. Have you checked that out, Selkie? I feel like you would love Valheim. I feel like that game has you written all over it. And if you get it, you got to play with me, please. Please, please play with me. Selkie, we got to become friends on Steam. We're not friends on Steam. Then I can just like randomly gift you games. Does anyone else love, like I'm new to Steam because like Silky and I got our PC for Christmas, and this is our first ever PC. Like we've never had one before. I lived my whole freaking gamer life being a console gamer because I could never afford a PC, and it was just not in the cards. And I've always wanted one. So now that I have one, I'm just like really vibing and definitely buying more games than I can actually play. So there's that. But then there's this mechanic in Steam, which I'm like telling you all about this and you definitely already know about it. But like, basically if you're friends with somebody, you can gift them a game really easily. And I'm just like, I find that really fun. Like, I feel like it's so cute to be like signing on and be like, you've got a game from Lilith. Like, it's like a fun way to spam your friends with love. So, oh my God, Rich, I see you adding me right now. That's so funny. Richard the Vampire wants to be my friend on Steam. I feel like you'd love Slime Rancher. I've seen somebody play that. Who was that? I've watched somebody play that. It looks like chaos. It looks like chaos. Selkie added me. Oh my gosh, you all are so cute. Stardew Valley streams. Thank you for the follow. You will probably be like, what is this pro Stardew Valley gameplay? Welcome on into the Fox Den. How are you on this cozy Tuesday? I have no idea what the weather is today because it was dark when I woke up, but I hope that it's sunny because yesterday was sunny, and it was really nice. I think it's 4K. Ooh. That means we're not too far away. The wooden stone I'm not concerned with because I think we have enough. We probably have enough, or we could get enough easily because I still have to clean up the farm, which we should honestly probably do a little bit of that today. Maybe this will be our last fish and then we'll go get we'll do some chopping on the farm. Okay. Let's go. Hut. Good morning, Fanciful. How are you? I'm good. It's hot and I don't like it. Oh no. Are you in, where are you in the world? Where is it hot in the world right now? I feel like we're all in transitional seasons right now. Okay. Walk. You're so slow. My goodness. The UK. Oh my goodness. Do we have names for chickens lined up? Not yet. Not yet. So what I like to do is give them like themed names. So like all of the chickens will have a theme, and then all of the cows will have a theme, like that. And I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. All right, where are we in the world? Let's get rid of this and this and this. All of those. That. That. Keep that. Look at all that. Oof. Oof. We could take this herring back. And can we sell this halibut? We can, yes. Would you look at that? Sell that halibut. That's going to be a nice haul. It's going to be a really nice haul. I'm excited for that. Let's chop some trees. Let's get some wood going. Got a whole lot of trees on this farm that need to be sorted. Oopsie. The only Aussie here. We know why, Kai. It's late for you, is it not? Pan was in here earlier, but she's asleep now. I assumed that this stream would be mostly my UK friends. I noticed that towards the end of this stream, some of our US folks wake up and join in, and they're always like, I missed so much of the stream. Because they are like getting ready for work and stuff, and they like waking up. But for the most part, it's our UK space. It's the chance for our UK friends to just reign supreme. Hello. It's almost 11. Oh, that's not that bad. I know Pan goes to bed a little early though. Denmark too? Oh my gosh. One of my good friends is from Denmark, and I've always wanted to go. I would very much love to go to Denmark. Everybody I've ever met from Denmark is like really awesome and sweet and kind and just cool. And like that, we are out of energy. If that isn't a mood, I don't know what is. This would be me actually starting a farm, like just incapable, incapable of doing much in a day. Like it's almost gardening season for me in real life, and I know that it would exhaust me. I'm so out of shape. I'm so out of shape. All right, did we get anything that we want to sell? No. Where's the wood under here? Right now, everything is very disorganized, but we will organize it in time. As there's so many UK people here, I guess it's time to talk about the weather. Is it hot? Real ones wake up at 6 for Lilith stream. Sasha, listen, I know you are a real one. I know you are a real one. It's 10 p.m. by you? Oh, that's awesome. So, see, look at that, Kai. You're not alone. You're not alone. UK and vampire reign supreme. The way I see it, I got unfit to stay safe. That's a really good way of looking at it. But early on in the pandemic, Silky and I were really good about, Why do I want to show you this on stream? Have you ever seen those videos, Walk at Home? It's this like woman. I don't actually know if she's from Long Island, but like she is like a Long Island woman. Like she is like a Long Island mom, okay? Like, if you ever were curious, that's who that is. And she does these like hysterical videos where you can like walk in your home. Oh my God, the way I just, and like, it actually like, she'll say like, this is like doing a mile walk or whatever. And it's true because I've worn my Apple Watch when I did the workout and it like came up as like exactly a mile. So it's definitely true. But they are like hysterical workouts. They are very, very funny. And I enjoy them immensely. And we were so good about doing them in the beginning. And then we just got lazy. Hello, cutie. So we've got 2K. Let's do another day where we're sort of cleaning up around here. And maybe doing a little bit more fishing. I'm waiting till summer to plant more crops. I know that's probably not like, there's probably better, more efficient ways to do the beginning of the game, but this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. My mom used to have, I honestly feel like she did have VHS tapes. I feel like she did, but now she's got like a YouTube channel. Have you ever felt like going around the twist? What does that mean? Does that mean like losing the plot? Okay. Look, isn't it satisfying to clean this up? Love it. I love it. I love it very much. I wonder if there's any more spring onions we could pick. Could have a good foraging day. It's a show? My gosh, I don't know. I usually make Silky streams. Yeah, well, Silky streams usually like later than I do. Silky is the opposite of me. There are legit days where I wake up when Silky is going to bed. It's not always, because Silky doesn't always stay up until like 5 or 6 a.m. But occasionally, especially if she's just gotten a new game, Silky will stay up until like 5 or 6 a.m. And like while I'm waking up, she will be going to bed and we like pass in the night. It's very funny. The idea of streaming at 6 a.m., like if Sulky was ever going to do that, it would mean that she hadn't gone to bed. It would mean that she hadn't gone to bed. She would never be able to get up at 6 a.m. and stream. Like that is just not, it's not something she would ever be able to do. And it's definitely not something she would ever be interested in doing. But you know what? It like really worked for us. Thank you so much, Tuna. I appreciate that. If you want to see my mods list, you can just do !mods in the chat. I put them all in a Google Doc for you. When Sulky and I lived in Manhattan, we lived in a very small, like, it was a 1-bedroom, but it was really like not, because all it had were like, what separated our living room from our bedroom were French doors. So like there wasn't really a door. It was like we always kept the French doors open. There was not really like personal space. And so having the different sleep schedule actually made it so that Sulky and I both got like some very needed alone time, you know, like, listen, I love Sulky to death. But it's not healthy to be like just talking to each other all day long. You need to have some quiet time for yourself. And especially during like quarantine, our sleep schedules made that possible. 'Cause like I would get up early and have some hours to myself, and Sulky would stay up late and have some hours to herself. So it was kind of perfect. It was kind of perfect. I need something to eat because we don't have like a ton here. I don't need this. So hang on. Sort through here. Not me not knowing how to get to my second level. Okay. Help me, please. People that play on PC. Why don't I know how to get to my... Oh, tab. Never mind. Figured it out. I've seen a couple New York City apartments like that. Must be hard to live as a couple. Honestly, Silky and I really enjoy each other's company. So for the most part, it was never an issue. The only time it became something that we had to think about was when we were in quarantine, because we literally were just in the house all day long. But yeah, it can be hard on folks. My flat is tiny and definitely wasn't the best space to be in if we knew the pandemic was going to happen. Yeah, I think once we made the decision, it was a hard decision to make. It was like an easy decision, but a hard one at the same time. Once we made the decision to leave our apartment and come here so that we could help with my grandma, one of the things that was so exciting about it was just the idea of having space. Because we lived in Manhattan for quite a while and just got used to not having space. Give Pisces a pay raise. Pisces is incredible. Can we talk about that? I wish I could pay my mods. I say that all the time. That would be the dream. The dream would be to get to a place where I could be making enough money to, number one, get health insurance, and then number two, pay my mods. Can you imagine? Oh my God. That would be so great. I say to Sulky all the time, I'm very happy living modestly. The only thing is I'm not willing to not have health insurance and decent health insurance. That's whack that we don't have free healthcare. I know. Tell me about it. It's one of those things that's one of the major barriers to being able to for a lot of creators to be okay, I'm going to give full-time content creation a shot. One of the major barriers, I think, is benefits and how expensive they are, and how you'd need to be able to reliably fund them with your content. And that's you'd be surprised how successful you need to be to actually get that to be a reality. You need a lot. You need a lot of folks, you need a lot of, subs and things like that in order to get to that kind of a place. And then to be able to pay your mods on top of that is even cooler. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do as a job and have to factor in health insurance. I'd love to just work part-time, but I need access to healthcare. Yeah. It's real. No, I love Abigail. Don't be rude. Oh, I'm just swiping her. Swiped her. See, in the beginning of the game, I always have these days where I'm what do I want to do right now? I'm out of energy. Could go around talking to people, but I really don't have gifts for them because I kind of need to sell everything I've got. I don't have the energy to clean up my farm anymore of fish. I don't really have enough stuff to eat to make me get to a place where I could do that. So I feel there's in the early days of the game, there are times where I just kind of wander around, which is fine. But I feel there's probably more I could be doing, and I just don't know what it is. Look at her outfit. Oh my God, you're so cute, Marnie. Yes, I've seen the wizard. He's a whole lot. He's a whole lot in a cape. Let's go see if the spring onions are here. Could do a foraging day. Hi, Tokyo. Good to see you. Yeah, Liz. It's totally true. It's the health insurance makes it really hard. That's it? No more? No more? But I love spring onions. All right. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Oh, the hat person. We can't afford hats right now. We can't afford all these niceties. We are bare bones living over here. Minimalism at its finest. At its finest. We need a coupe. I said we'd get a coupe by the end of stream. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Tomorrow we'll do another fishing day. And I think we'll be able to raise enough. There's nothing to forage? It's one of those days, huh? Did you hydrate? Oh, no. Let me do that. I mean, I've been sipping my coffee, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Here. All of you hydrate. Hats in this economy, I know. I know. We can't have nice things. We can't have them. Not while our farm looks like this. Although the grassy spots are so pretty. All right, let's use up the rest of our energy just getting materials here. And then we'll have an early night. We'll have an early night where we go to bed, cozy up with a book and Mr. Moon the cat. I'm excited to make the farm because I just feel like I've always played the forest farm, and in comparison, the beach farm is gigantic. And I just feel like I don't actually know if it is bigger, but it feels so much bigger. Does anyone know? Like, it's definitely bigger, right? Because it feels gigantic. Oh my God, I'm now sluggish. Let's go to bed. So I'm excited to lay it out and like have like this big metropolis farm. I feel like you'd thrive living next to a beach. I actually would. I find water, looking at water, being around water, being in water, I find it very restorative. This life, honestly, this whole game, it's one of the things I love about this game is like the idea of like abandoning everything and going to like live in this like abandoned like old farmhouse and building it up from the ground up. It sounds so nice. It sounds so nice. Radish salad, yum. On grainy bread with a little sea salt and pepper. Oof, not this game making me hungry. Lilith is a mermaid. I used to want to be one when I was a kid. There's something about being in water too that like eases my anxiety, especially going underwater. That's why in Animal Crossing I love the diving, because I feel like I can do that in the game and like remember what it's like to feel like you're underwater. It also forces me to balance my breathing, which is usually a major source of my anxiety. Sometimes I have trouble with that, which is why I try to do like deep breathing exercises. But there's something about like having to do that because you're underwater that helps me a lot. What is that even? What energy tonic? Okay, I see you. Strawberries. Strawberries, green beans, what a haul. What a haul. Anything over here? Oh, You've scared off a crow. Thank you very much. I'm going to put you on like a very quick be right back because I have to pee. Okay. So just like, I don't know, however long it takes me to pee in the next room over. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, it's so bright and sunny. Oop, wrong one. It's so bright and sunny and the birds are chirping. The blue jays are begging for peanuts as well. I can hear them squawking. I'm excited. I want to go for a walk today. Can somebody hold me accountable for that? Pisces, I missed you redeeming that. Let's do that. Let's take a little break. Somebody hold me accountable for going for a walk today, okay? Ping me in the Discord. Be like, Lilith, did you go for a walk? Did you go for a walk? Hi, Ashley. I hope you are having a good day at work. Sending you lots of love. If you are new here, friends, we are going to do a daily intention, which is pulling a card from this deck. It is the Inquire Within deck. It's one of my favorite things. And we pull a card from it and we just reflect on it and we make that our intention for the day. I'm going to give it a little shuffle. Yesterday, I pulled one that I really needed to hear. And so I posted about it on Instagram. It's not a tarot card reading, Trashim. I am not capable of that. If you want a tarot card reading stream, though, you should check out Selkie Crossing, who's in the chat. This is just like, it's like a self-care kind of deck. It just like has little quotes on it that we can reflect on. But yesterday I pulled one that says, I actually have it on my ukulele right now. It says it doesn't have to be perfect. I think you could see it up at the top. It's on, like I have it stuck in my ukulele. And I did a little Instagram post on that. If you're not following me on Instagram and you are interested in my thoughts on things, I've created my Instagram now to be more lifestyle, more reflection stuff. So if that's your kind of thing, go ahead and check me out over there. You could do !socials in the chat. Will bring you all of my stuff. All right, so let's pull one. You refilled your water. Good, Kai. I'm proud of you. Super proud of you. Super proud. I feel like, have we gotten this before? Emerge. It's a beautiful flower. You can sort of see it there. It says emerge. Emerge. How am I feeling about this card today? I like the idea of allowing myself the space to emerge. I feel like for me, the thing with growing is I'm definitely always doing it. And I'm okay. Like I've become very okay with growing slowly. To a point. Like, do you ever feel like you grow, you notice progress, but you never let yourself consider yourself as fully there, fully where you're trying to get, fully worthy of anything that you are trying to achieve. And I feel like with streaming is a really good example of this. Marie, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. I said at the beginning of the stream that this is my 50th stream. We've done this 50 times. I've now been streaming. Sunday was 4 months. I have been recognized. Our community has been recognized by Twitch, given partner. But still, I feel very, very often like I don't deserve my success on the platform. I don't know why that is, but it's the way that I feel. So for example, I told you all, like I was invited into the Women's Alliance for Twitch. And I'm in this Discord with like a bunch of incredible partnered women. And I still haven't introduced myself in there. I have not tried to make any connections other than with Micah, who was in the chat earlier, who I just finally DM'd the other day, last night, in fact. And I feel like the reason for that is because I just feel like I'm not worthy, whether it's because I haven't streamed as much time as other people or what. I just feel like there's always this reason that I have for myself in my mind as to why I'm not worthy of whatever it is. And I'm trying really hard to stop that. I'm trying really hard to like notice when I'm having those thoughts and notice that those thoughts are literally preventing me from making connections, from building things that I want to build, and I think like when I'm growing plants, right? You need to give them the environment for them to emerge. And then also the emerging doesn't always happen where you think it's going to happen. I took a picture yesterday of my pothos because I told you all I've been doing propagating. And so I clipped recently, a couple weeks ago, I clipped off this vine. And like where the vine was clipped off is all brown and crusted over. And you could imagine when you think like, okay, if this pothos is going to continue to grow, you could imagine that another, like more leaves and more vine is going to emerge from that spot where you cut it. But that's not actually what happens. The spot where you cut the pothos stays brown and crusted. And what happens is that new vine comes from this spot right on the side of it. It's like a spot you're not really looking for growth in, but all of a sudden it's there. And you can pass it every day and not really see that the plant is growing. And you might be like, oh shit, I've killed it. But then all of a sudden one day you look at the pothos and there's this extra vine coming out of a side that you weren't looking at. And I think that for me, that's what's kind of awesome about growth. It's not always where you're looking for it. Sometimes it's in ways that you're not noticing and you are growing this whole time, but you just haven't been looking in the right places. So I guess the intention for today is Let's try to notice where we are already growing and find where we are standing in the way so that we can emerge. I needed that. I needed that. Build what you want, don't hold back. Thank you so much, Divergent. Lilith, it makes you even more of an incredible human and creator that you've achieved so much in what you think is such a small amount of time. Harsha, thank you. I struggle with it. I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with it. It's a weird thing. It's not what I thought would happen. And I guess I see other creators who that isn't their story, and I don't understand why that's my story. 'Cause I was so prepared and so ready for slow, winding growth. It's a weird one for me. It's a weird one for me. It puts me in a place where I'm uncomfortable, because it puts me in a place where I've got people looking at me and thinking like, oh wow, like she's successful, and I'm not used to that. I don't like that. I don't like being looked at. I don't like being perceived. You might think that I do because I'm over here streaming with you, but I don't. I don't. Hi, Short Fungi. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. You just got your second, oh my goodness, again. You just got your second shot. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so freaking happy for you. I'm so freaking happy for you. I would very much like to get mine at some point. I would very much like to get mine at some point. I hope soon. I don't know. Thank you always for letting me process things with you on stream. I appreciate this space more than you know. How dare you perceive me? Just me, Iris. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? I think I'm going to work on the porch today, unless it's very chilly. I haven't gone outside yet. But I think that I'm going to try to do some work on the porch. I'm going to try to go for a walk. What else am I gonna do? Content. Thank you for these hugs. I appreciate you all. You grew because you chose to create a space for the right reasons, and we resonate with you and appreciate the space you have created. Yeah, thank you, Harsha. I appreciate that. I know that. It's a weird thing. Especially when you throw in imposter syndrome that is fueled with real anxiety about what you are worth, you know? I don't want these trees growing here. Yeah. That sounds like a solid plan. My allergies are nuts. Oh, my allergies are also kind of bad. So hopefully that's not a bad decision, but I can't, I need to stay outside because I feel I feel like I've been cooped up all winter and I'm just ready. I'm so ready to be outside, and experiencing the weather again. I just need it. I just need it. Let's do some fishing. Oh gosh, you don't need to tell us why you're eligible. Definitely not. I know in California, at least people under 50 are going to be eligible. Yeah, I was just seeing that I think it's going to be soon. Which is cool. I would very much love to see my niece and nephew. It's been a year since I've seen them. How do we have no energy? Was I just being a mess just now? What did I do? What is wrong with me? Songbirdie, welcome on in. How are you today? Thank you for the follow, my friends. Thank you for the follow. How's your Tuesday going? Is there something wrong with this spot that I just keep trying to fish in? Should I be trying to fish somewhere else? There's like a little dock over here, right? I don't understand how I lost all this energy. I guess we could eat the energy tonic. It's fine. We can do that. Look at that. Oof. Whole day of fishing ahead of us now. Whole day. I know I probably should have saved that for the mines, but we're not here for pro gameplay, okay? Totally panicked, but not from the shot, from being in public. Yeah, I'm gonna, so I've always had issues with being in public, honestly, like crowds. And you're like, Lilith, like you live in Manhattan. Like, what do you mean you don't like crowds? They exhaust me and I hate them. And it's just gotten worse over the past year because now I've like gotten to live a whole year without them and found the peace that I feel when I'm not forced in that, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to go back to Manhattan. I miss Manhattan. I miss things about Manhattan. I loved my life in Manhattan, but I actually don't know that I want to go back there because I've realized how overstimulated I was and how I was living and how that really isn't the greatest for my anxiety. And I feel a lot more at peace and like my brain isn't constantly going because I'm not in that environment and steeped in that environment anymore. So I have conflicted feelings on going back there for a lot of reasons. I have no interest in leaving my grandma anytime soon. It's been so nice to just be with her. It's been so nice to be with her. Still fighting tooth and nail to get your hang on, Selkie, your spouse has not gotten his second dose and he's a paramedic? What? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. That's ridiculous. Hi, Katie. Good to see you. Oh my God, look at me with no freaking room. Hang on. Just get rid of this. Oh no, we can get rid of this. That doesn't make any sense at all, Selkie. That's ridiculous. That's very ridiculous. Get rid of that. And that. And that. Let's not get rid of all of these. Just like 2 of them. That's a nice way to say it. Why are we being nice, though? We don't need to be nice. Not for that. That's just ridiculous. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. Okay. Are you all saying same? What are you all saying same about? What are y'all saying same about? I missed it. The timing is off because I've been fishing. Were you saying about your anxiety and living in the city? No, I swear to God, if I lose this fish now that I've gotten that. Stress. Yeah. Oh, crowds. Yeah. There's nothing like a crowd to set off my anxiety. All that for 2 pieces of wood. I just can't. Hi, Cater Tot. Good to see you. Oh, come on. Why are we facing that way? How you doing, Cater Tot? Good to see you. Good morning to you, my friend. You're in a less crowded town and you're being safe. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to be, especially if you're an essential worker. My goodness. Not that you shouldn't have to be safe, but like he should have his vaccine. I know my brother got one early on because he's a doctor. And that like gave all of us a lot of peace of mind because he was working, every day with COVID patients. So it was like a little nerve-wracking. You woke up and you're tired. I'm still tired. It's been one of those mornings for me where I'm just sleepy. I think I went to bed a little later than usual, and then like I didn't sleep the greatest. Not sure why. And now here we are in the beginning of Stardew, just stressing out about making money. You booked your second jab. Oh, congratulations. All of you getting vaccinated. I'm so happy for you. Anyone else feel like a little bit of anxiety? Like, this is strange to say, but like, I feel like a little bit of anxiety about like, what is life going to be like after the pandemic? Like, is it going back to the same as it was? Is it radically different? Is the pandemic ever going to be post, like, or is it just going to be something that we're always living with? Like, I like these kinds of questions stress me out. And so I focus on just living day by day. I kind of have to do that. Like, I can't think like there's talk right now with work about us going back to in person in the fall. And for me, that brings up a lot of questions that I'm honestly not ready to deal with. I'm not ready to deal with the questions. And I guess I feel a little bit like in stasis with it. Like I can't bring myself to think about it. Because it's very unknown and it stresses me out. And so my brain just doesn't want to think about it. It will go back to normal, but some things won't change. Like they'll always wear a mask, and people like hairdressers will wear masks. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I'm not glad to see that you all feel the same way, but like, I don't know. And then there's things about this that like, frankly, like I like working from home. I like the flexibility it affords. I like that I can be more flexible with my day, and I like that I don't need to commute, and I like that I can be here for my grandmother in a way that I wouldn't be able to be there for her if I was going into the office every day. Oddly enough, it seems that most people I work with don't feel that way. They look forward to things going back to normal. And for whatever, and then that makes me wonder, like, what's wrong with me that I don't want things to go back to normal in that way? Like, why don't I miss the office? I don't know. It's always that question of like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not looking forward to that? But that's okay. I'm used to being the odd one. I'm used to being the odd one. Okay. I like wearing masks. I agree actually. I like the anonymity of going out to the store in a mask. It's kind of nice. It's something I'll probably keep up. Yeah, I just feel like higher ed is, we talked about this last Tuesday. I don't want every Tuesday to feel like we're talking about the struggles of going to work. It just so happens that my brain is geared to think about work from 8 to 9 a.m. in the mornings. So I feel like it'll come up from time to time during these streams. But like, I just feel like higher ed has always been this, and you wouldn't think that it's true, but it's very much stuck in its ways. It resists change. Unlike any industry that I've ever encountered, it's like they're okay. Like higher ed embraces surface level change, change for the sake of appearances, change for the sake of looking flexible and like it's growing with the times. But deep structural change is not something that higher education is comfortable with in my experience. And I believe that from my limited experience, deep structural change is what is sort of needed to reinvigorate it. But, you know, it's way above my pay grade. Which is a whole other issue. Having worked at home for over 15 years, it's been something that most people can adjust to, but some cannot. They aren't made for it. Well, that's another thing that kind of bothers me, is that I just feel like I would very much hope that industries are not making judgments on people's abilities to manage remote work based on their performance during a global pandemic. Because, you know, the stresses of this year and the swift change and the adjustment, that's stuff that takes a while to deal with. And we've all been dealing with emotional stresses that can make work in general just difficult. So I would hope that was understood. Higher ed is allergic to change. Yeah, they do. It is to appear marketable. It is. It's 100% it. I'm for sure going to keep up a mask. Yeah, I honestly, you all are just like my people. I swear. I swear. I've never met most people in my life with, like, if I had this conversation with them, they would not understand. They would not understand. I can just sell all of this actually, because we really need the moolah. I genuinely appreciate that people are finally staying home when they're sick. That's actually a really good point. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that would come in sick as some sort of like, look at how committed I am. Scuttle off to work. Enjoy your work day, Selkie. Thanks for hanging out. It's so good to have you here. So good to have you here. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're so close. We are so freaking close to 4,000. Welcome to living off the land. We have a fishing pole. Maybe we can fish down at the dock today and sell to, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Harvey? What is his name? Well, we can sell to him so that we can make the 4,000. Willie! Thank you, Becca. My goodness, my brain was not having it. My brain was not having it. We can sell to him and get the 4,000 and get our coop. Let's get our coop. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's get our coupon. My coworker and I were talking about it. We think our department actually thrived when we were sent home. We learned to be more efficient in our roles and independent. Yeah, I agree, actually. Like, I also think that there's a lot of parts of my job that just feel easier to do from home. And feel more, like, I feel more connected to my students in some ways. Because there's a vulnerability of space with Zoom, inviting people into your space that I think has helped make my interactions with students more vulnerable. And make me more approachable, I think, which has helped my job in major ways. But then there's just also there's just the idea that I can be more well. I can, I can take a break in my workday and do yoga without having to do it in my office or go home during my lunch break and do it or whatever. Like, I can just be like, okay, you know what? I need 10 minutes right now to do yoga because that last meeting was hard, or because my legs feel cramped from sitting too long. There's a balance that I've found that I really enjoy. There's a balance that I enjoy. Oh, sorry, friends. Not to mention my ability to stream with you all for the morning and then sign right on to work, right? Like, this stream, if I have to physically go back into work, I don't know how it would work, because instead of being able to sit here and stream with you all for the morning, this time would be me commuting to work. It would be me commuting to work. I wouldn't probably be able to do morning streams before the workday start because I would be on a train. And really, it would be this whole amount of time. This whole 3 hours would probably be me getting ready and getting onto a train and getting to my office, which to me is just it's a ridiculous thing. It's a ridiculous waste of time to do a job that can be done. And it's also it's an expense. It's a large expense. I don't need accountability from others physically around me to get things done. It saves a lot of time and energy for me. Yeah, Nelia, I agree. I think it's really outdated. But if I wanted to continue living with my grandmother to help her and support her, which is what I want to do, I would need to be okay with commuting to work for about 2 hours. If not more. And that's a difficult choice, right? Do I move back into the city so that I'm not spending so much of my life on a train? It's a hard choice. And these are the things that I don't want to think about. So I just don't think about them. Instead, I just decide no, I'll deal with that another time, and just sort of hope that magically higher ed decides that I can work from home, which I just feel like is not going to be the case. Commuting is definitely one of my least favorite things. It's such a waste, right? Those of us who work in cities, I feel like it's become such a norm to commute for a very long amount of time. And it's not, I don't know, It's interesting. Enjoy your lurk, Kai. Enjoy your lurk. Do you and Silky both work in the city? Yeah, we do. That's the question, Tokyo, is like, I think what we would probably need to do is get somebody in the house to help. It's, you know, it's not something that, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really thought about it because I don't want to. How much do I need, like stone and wood, for the coop? Does anybody know offhand? I could also just look it up real quick. Stardew coop. Yeah, enjoy your sleep, Kai. I hope you have a really good sleep. Also, oh, look, it's Jess. Welcome on in. I think I missed you coming in. Did I miss you coming in? I might have. All right, so the regular old one is what? 300 wood and 100 stone. So we need a little bit more stone because we have enough wood, but not enough stone. So let's quickly break some stones up. Hopefully we have enough just around here. Hopefully. And we should have enough energy. I should also check to make sure that I don't have stone in the other chest, because I was definitely using both chests without any level of organization. Hi, Flower Faced. How are you? How's it going? Richard, it used to take you an hour to get to school. Yeah, it's like, you know, and listen, like you can do things like what I used to do. And like, honestly, this is how I used to say that it was okay when I did all this commuting, is like, I would do like homework for graduate school. I would do, we have enough. I would do like listen to podcasts and I would read. And that's all great. And it's fine. But what I've realized is the way that I lived left me no time to create. I had no time to create. I could consume, but by the end of the day, with the commute and then the work day and how exhausting the work day is when you aren't afforded the space and the time for actual breaks, actual restorative breaks, not like going to the bathroom and stepping away from your desk for 5 minutes, you know, actual breaks where you could maybe step outside or like do a yoga routine. Because I wasn't getting that, I was not creating. I stopped writing. I probably never would have started the creative work that I do now. And it took getting that back to realize that I wasn't doing it, if that makes sense. You know, like it took me time to realize that I was no longer creating. I was just going through the motions. And didn't realize that what I had sacrificed was my creativity, which has been my entire life very, very important to me. One of my biggest dreams is to write, you know? And I completely let go of that. I completely let go of that for the sake of like going through the motions. I don't know where I want to put this. So this is like the place where you can put the sprinklers, I believe. So part of me is wondering, like, should we put it like down here? But we also need to like, you know, we need to like check in with it every day. So having it all the way down here is kind of not the most practical thing. Where's there like a little lake? There like a pond? I think that there's a little pond. I usually like to put the coops by the ponds. I think it's kind of cute. Thought we had one, but maybe we don't. Maybe because it's so indecisive right now. You can move it, I know. Hi, Tori. Hi, Tori. I hope you're having an awesome day. Oh, here. Let's put it here. Maybe we could put this one here, and then we'll get like a barn, and we can kind of connect them. Let's do that. Why can't I build here? Is it because the tree's there? Oh my gosh, I would have needed to clear those out. That's lame. That's lame. All right, well, you know what? We'll put it here. We'll put it here. Hi, Fluffy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Lurking in streams lately because I've had a little social energy. Well, Flowerface, I'm glad that you said hello today. That's one of the things I love about our morning streams, our early morning streams, is I believe that they are smaller. From what I can tell with the chat, I believe that they are smaller. I don't actually check, but I believe that they are much smaller, and I feel like people who don't normally feel comfortable chatting on the weekends when the chat's like popping a little bit more are more likely to chat, and I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Stay inside if you want to keep warm. I don't want to keep warm. I want to be out in the rain. I like the rain. Soggy wood. Good old soggy wood. Gadgets. I see. Welcome on in. How are you? Thank you for the follow, my friend. There needs to be a mod to get around that. So frustrating. Yeah, I didn't realize that was the case. Normally, because at this point I've cleared more of my farm, so I feel like I've never had that like real issue before. But I wasn't thinking about that when I was working on the farm. But we've got a coop. I'm so excited. So we are gonna have some mayo. I'm very, very thrilled. We need to make a little bit of money. Let's use the rest of our energy to fish. I feel like this is really just a fishing stream. But let's use the rest of our energy today to fish so that we can have enough money to get a chicken. I love waking up and coming into a comfy stream. Aw, thank you so much, Flowerface. I appreciate it. Why is the game zoomed in? I don't think it is. I don't believe that it is. Muscle. Small chickies. We're just getting all the trash out of the river. I'm out of coffee. What else is new? I can't with the trash. It's so annoying. Just give me a halibut, please. I can zoom in and out in the settings. Is it zoomed? I've never this is how I've always played it. This must be the default, right? Going to make a latte? That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Pisces, I feel very sorry that you don't have Oatly. I want you to be able to try it. I feel like you would really love it. What a nice fish. Just let us catch it. You like it this way? I mean, this is how I've never changed it. I've never changed it. But look, we can see it ourselves nice and clear. Nice and clear. A latte does sound amazing. One of you, I'm blanking right now on who it was, but one of you mentioned that there's this new oat milk drink at Starbucks. And I've been wanting to go for a drive, to go to the drive-through and see if I can get it, to try it. And I haven't had the time this week to like leave. But maybe today, maybe this afternoon, I don't know. We'll see. Come on, fish. Come on. You want the Oatly so bad. I know. I wish I could mail it to you or something, but how does one mail milk? It's not really a thing, right? Bummer. Nothing like some good music and fishing in Stardew. Fluffy, thank you for redeeming Mindful Moment. We will definitely have that in just a few minutes. Let's get to the next day, and then we can stop and have our Mindful Moment. Thank you so much. Treat yourself, Lilith. It's self-care. I know. It's more a matter of like, gosh, what a fish. Honestly, it's the energy of having the spoons to go for a drive. It's really, an eel. That's really the issue, is like, do I have the energy to go for a drive? I feel like it's more likely I would go for a walk than a drive. I don't like driving. Is anyone else not like driving? I don't know if it's because I learned how to drive and I've always driven in New York, and it's just, driving in New York is not it's not a cozy activity. Like, it's just not. Like, I wonder if I would feel differently outside of New York about driving, like maybe where there's not as many people and like not as much road aggression. But in a weird way, driving to me in New York feels like a social activity. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like it always, no matter what, there is some degree of confrontation. Like, it's very rare that I drive and don't feel like I'm having a confrontation. And it takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot out of me. I don't know if it's probably my anxiety. It's definitely, I mean, let's listen. It's definitely my anxiety. I'm sure people who don't have anxiety are quite fine to drive. You get anxiety. Yeah, it took me actually a while, comparatively, it took me a while to get my license. Because I just didn't want to do it. Like, I just didn't want to learn. I didn't want to drive. The whole, like, the idea, the barrier of like having to do a test to get my license. With like a human that I didn't know in the car with me, that barrier was enough to make it so that it took me a long time to do it. And then like, once I had it, even then I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I tried to drive once a while. I could learn to get my license, and honestly, not for me. So I'll probably never get it. Honestly, yeah, having a place where you have, that's one of the reasons I moved to New York City, is the ability to walk everywhere. I don't know. I feel like Sulky is okay with driving, but both of us are very like blech about it. Chapter, yeah, same. That's exactly what happened to me. I had to take the test twice. The first time I made a very stupid error because I worked myself up. And it was like something that like I would never have done if it wasn't like a test environment, but I worked myself up and it made me stressed. And so I just like screwed up. Oh, tomorrow's the flower dance. I'm sure no one is going to want to dance with us because we've been really bad community members. Like we haven't checked in with anybody. Oh, but we got these. I must keep forgetting to water that one in the corner. These are not ready. Let's see. So I think our coop will be made, or is it being made today? You'd think I would remember this. I don't even remember where we put it. Is it over here? Oh, it's being made today. Okay. This is going to be a cute little area. It's going to be a cute little area. So tomorrow we can get a fish. Not a fish. A chicken. I failed my test 3 times. And haven't driven since, partly because of anxiety. Yeah, I think that there's, you know, when I was going through it and I was feeling like a lot of the people in my family don't have anxiety. They don't understand anxiety. They don't have it. And so I always had this like tremendous pressure to like get my license and like what was taking me so long and like just not a lot of understanding for it. So I used to feel really alone with not liking driving and things. But I have learned that there are a lot of people out there like us. There are a lot of like, you know, obviously half of you in the chat are saying that driving gives you anxiety. So like, you know, you're definitely not alone. You're definitely not alone. Ahi Geolord, welcome on in. How are you? Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for the follow. I feel like now that we have a coop, we're going to be living. We're going to be living. From here on out, my friends, our life is on the rise. I really believe that. Like, I really feel like the game just gets infinitely easier once you have your chickens. We're just gonna spend the day clearing out some stuff from our farm so we can see what our lovely chickens are like tomorrow. Our lovely chickens. Coop life, best life. I know. It's literally the best. I make my husband do most of the driving. Yeah. Good morning from the west of the US. Oh my goodness. That must be so early for you. That must be so early for you. I'm on the east of the US and it's been a long morning stream. Look at all those chickens. Oh goodness. Being in a small space while moving very fast while I'm not the one in control. Yep, I get passenger anxiety. Part of that is because something very traumatic happened to me that I don't want to get into. So I have a lot of trust issues with driving in the car. Queen Brea, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. So that's kind of the problem too, is like I'm anxious driving and I'm anxious as a passenger. There's no winning for me with cars. There's no winning for cars. I hate highways. I hate being the driver in a highway. I hate being the passenger in a highway. But again, like this is from my experience, like in New York. Like, I don't know if I would feel that way outside of New York. California honestly feels the same, if not worse to me with driving. So like that, I know I would probably feel the same. At least like, you know, LA and stuff. But like, I don't know, would I feel the same in like Utah? Probably not. I'd probably be a little bit more comfortable. Look at those energy levels. Should we go to bed at 12 p.m.? I feel like we should. I feel like we should just own it. Own it. See our coop tomorrow. And do that. Let's do it. This is me giving you permission to go to bed at 12 p.m. in Stardew. Yep. It's 6, almost 7 in the morning. Oh, that's the time I started streaming. So you're an early riser. You have work today? 700 buckaroos. Ooh. I only enjoy driving in the fall or the spring. Yeah. So there, like, if we go east from where I live on Long Island, we can get to like a part of the island where it's pretty chill, and it's not as like stressful driving around for that reason, and I kind of like it out there. But you have to drive for a bit to get to there. Wait, why is it still being built? What does this mean? Why is it not built? Why is she not here? Why did it takes 3 days? Stop. Well, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. Well, that's all right. We'll start next stream with the coop. Oh, there is an event. Yeah, we'll start next stream with that because we don't have quite enough time for it, and I wanted to do our little mindful moment. I figure we can let's end stream with the mindful moment. If you're new here, which some of you are, mindful moment is a channel redemption that we do here, where we just sort of pause what we're doing and take a moment to practice a little bit of mindfulness together. And the way that we do that is by situating ourselves in the present and finding something small or finding something in general that we can hold on to that we are grateful for. And you can either sort of quietly say it to yourself, or you can write it in the chat and I will read some of them out. And I honestly think that ending the stream like this is a great way to start my Tuesday, because I'm gonna stop streaming and go right into work. So this seems like a really great way to get the day going. So for me, what I'm really, 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 really grateful for today is the sun. I am excited to sort of get outside. My plan today is to take a little bit of time to walk around my yard, see if I can find some flowers that maybe are starting to grow, examine the buds on my tree that I'm waiting desperately for it to bloom in pink flowers for spring. I want to go for a little walk. I just want to spend some time out in nature, and I'm feeling really, really grateful for living where I live right now, working from home right now, being able to take a few minutes out of my day and just actually be present in this space that I'm living in and having nature like right outside. So I'm feeling really, really grateful for that today. If you would like to put in the chat something that you are grateful for, I will read it out. But also no pressure. If you don't feel like it today, you could also just say it quietly to yourself. I actually have to take off for class. Enjoy the rest of your day, Tori. It was so good to see you. I'm grateful for the greenery emerging. Yes, that's what I'm trying to look for outside. I'm going to try to look for it today. Grateful for peaceful mornings. Grateful to afford medicine for your sneezy fur baby. Oh, Cuddler. It's good to see you, Cuddler, by the way. I hope that your fur baby is doing okay. I'm grateful for the sunshine through my window and the birds chirping outside. That I'm having the same kind of day, Liz. It's so beautiful out. Grateful for my sister, grateful for the amazing vets trying to get my dog healthy again. I hope your dog is doing okay, Tokyo. I'm sending you some good love and healing vibes. Grateful for having the spoons available today to do some work and be creative. Fluffy, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you that you have that today. Grateful for streams like this to soothe my anxiety at work. Macy, that means a lot. I hope you're having a good day at work. I hope that it's not too stressful and that you are able to find some peace today. I am going to send you on a raid. I'd like to send you somewhere cozy. Let's see who's on. Let's see who we can wander in. If we could get the raid message going, that would be awesome. And I will send you somewhere, hopefully, that you can chill and have a nice time. Let's see. Do I want to... Where do I want to send you? Let's go. I don't think we've ever rated this person. Let's rate this person. Maddie was just in the chat a little while ago. So let's go send Maddie some love. She's playing Animal Crossing. She's really, really sweet. Oh, did I freeze? Hang on. Hang on, friends. I love my camera sometimes. Here we go. Let's go say hi to Maddie. I think you all will really like Maddie. Thank you all for hanging out today. It means a lot. Chapter, I'm so glad that you popped into. Sending you all the best love and the vibes for a really good day ahead. And thank you for hanging out. And I will see you Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or on the weekend. So take good care, everyone. Take care of each other and yourselves. Sending you lots of love. And I'll see you over at the raid. Enjoy, bye. Enjoy, bye-bye. Enjoy, bye-bye.
In from the fox den.